Hey, folks, this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show right here for the 27th of August, 2014. Yes, I am here. This is a podcast, obviously. But there are certain things that are going on that I wanted to bring to your attention. I wanted to bring it to your attention because I know that we as consumers really enjoy buying stuff. We enjoy this. We go out to the stores, we go out to, Barnes & Noble, we go out anywhere. Also, we buy online. We buy stuff. And there's that whole idea of, well, if I have this, I'm going to be happy. Right? If I have this, my life is complete. If I have this, I'm good. All right? I don't know too many people who don't think that, and if they don't, then, well, they're a better man than me, because I like stuff. But there's having stuff to where you're able to function every day in the right and proper way, and at the end of the day, you can say, yes, today was good. And then there's the other part of that materialistic thought that says, I cannot get enough and I want it all. And I look at it this way. If you are so materialistic that you cannot function without having stuff, and you think that that's going to bring you happiness, we've got a problem there, folks. Got a massive problem. But here's the other aspect of this. And it is stuff that helps you. Stuff that such as toothpaste, toothbrush, toilet paper, food. You got food, you got stuff to make your food, that kind of thing. Pots and pans. So that's the good thing, okay? Because there's a moderate element in all of this. And when you do something in moderation, you usually wind up having the better day than you imagined. Okay? Now, why am I saying all this? It's real simple. Because I have a way for you to have some backup. I have a way for you to have some backup. And I have emergency food supply that I sell on my website. And you can go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the emergency food supply link at the top of the page, click on that, buy as much as you want, because here's two things that this will do. Number one, it'll help you out, have some emergencies, just in case. We've had some earthquakes in California. We've had some earthquakes around the world in different areas as well. And when the power goes down, you don't have anything to cook your food with. And you'll need at least, you'll need at least 72 hours worth of emergency food. So go to Free America Radio Network or freeamericaradio.us. Go to the top of the page, emergency food supply. Help yourself out to as much as you'd like. Because you're helping yourself out, you'll help out Free America Radio Network. Because we're planning on going to the next level. We're going to pull back a little bit, retool the show of the Views Express Live. Do a little remodeling. So, and you can be a part of that. So if you like the show, that's cool. So any type of support would help. Thank you. And I'm going to skip this. I usually take a break at the 5 after mark, but I'm going to skip this. I'm going to go elsewhere. But again, go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the top of the page, emergency food supply, buy as much as you like. It helps out Free America Radio Network and you primarily. But you can also donate. You can go to the bottom of the page, you'll see Bitcoin or PayPal, and you can help that way as well. One-time donation always helps. Thank you. Or, if you're so inclined, you can go to the sponsors page and sponsor the show on a monthly basis. That is entirely up to you. And it's not going to break your marketing budget. Okay, I'm not here to take all your money. Okay? But we're not sponsored by big names. We're not sponsored by big networks. I do it all myself, and it comes straight out of my pocket. And you can help in alleviating some of the costs. And I would very much appreciate that. And you can help Free America Radio Network get to the next level. We plan on doing some other things in the coming months. So thank you. Appreciate that very, very much for your support. Today, it's a podcast. I said I was going to be live, but it's a podcast. My apologies. You know how you're and I just want to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And you know how you do things, you're like, yes, I got to do this, I got to do, and then some stuff gets left behind and doesn't get done, you know, kind of like you get off work, you're tired, you go in, you put your feet up, you grab your beer, and then you go, you know what, I got to mow the lawn, I'll just wait till this weekend. Well, that weekend, you manage to go off fishing with your buddies and you never get the lawn done, you know what I'm saying? This is what's happening right now. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on, got a lot of work to take care of. So I'm going to be bringing you these podcasts for a little bit. The live show is not going to be happening this week. I was hoping to get one at least maybe by Friday. I'm looking at some things going live Friday. I'm looking at some stuff, and hopefully I can get you a live show this week. But a lot of stuff is happening, not only in my personal life, but I've got to catch up on some of my research, to be honest with you, that I've put aside going, yes, I'll look at that later. Never happened. So I've got to catch up on it, folks. So please bear with me. We will have a live show at some point, hopefully Friday, because I'm talking to somebody who can bring you a whole lot of information about a very controversial film that's been out for quite some time, and the background of research in that film as well. And so hopefully I can bring that to you Friday. And I keep putting the guest off, and they keep doing stuff too. So it's kind of like, you know, we can never cross paths. And it looks good for Friday, okay? But I'll put it on the Free America Radio Facebook page and let you know what's going on. So, and also freeamericaradio.us. From the Fernley News, Daily News Community Network, now a new comprehensive global analysis of satellite data led by Wai-Chun Chen, a postdoctoral fellow at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Pasadena, California, and a joint team of researchers from JPL and the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena has quantified how changes in aerosol levels affect these warm clouds over the ocean. The findings appear August 3rd in the advanced online version of the journal Nature Geoscience. I'm going to put that on the Free America Radio Facebook page. I find that interesting because we talk about, or people are talking about, geoengineering or chemtrails or anything of that nature. And we are, and I'm going to say this, we are very, very much attuned to the fact that there is geoengineering going on. It's been going on since the late 1960s. It's been going on for quite some time. And chemtrails, all of that. And I don't want to hear from you debunkers, okay? I've seen your work. I've seen the information you put forward. Doesn't answer any questions whatsoever and is totally bogus at the beginning. I can read the first paragraph of anything that anybody wants to, show me that would debunk chemtrails. I can just look at the first paragraph and know full well where it's going to go. I've done it for so long, I can just highlight, just run down, skip through this and read it and whatever. Or I can read the whole thing and know exactly what these debunkers are trying to do. So I don't want to hear from the debunkers. I'm done with you debunkers. You people don't know what you're talking about. You never have and you never will. So, but who's right and wrong? Ugh. No one is completely right and no one is completely wrong. Except for the debunkers, because they're going to use tactics that are archaic at best and totally misdirected at worst. So I don't want to hear from you debunkers. Now, if you want to have a decent, healthy debate with me about chemtrails, contrails, geoengineering, the equipment that is used on these refurbished jets and also on these commercial flights, you go ahead. Send that information. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. We'll talk about it, but I'll give you my information as well. So, but you debunkers, you go stand on the outside of the fence and let the big boys play the baseball game, okay? Anyway, go to Free America Radio on Facebook. The Minority Report blog.com. Neighbor narcs on Florida boys lemonade stand. Here we go again. Another lemonade stand story from the Minority Report blog.com. It appears that the United States has become the land of the formerly free and the nanny states of America. From Reason.com, there's a picture there of a 12-year-old who is selling strawberry lemonade. And it goes on and says, T.J. Guerrero, a 12-year-old who sells strawberry lemonade and cookies on the corner of Patricia Avenue and San Salvador Drive in Dunedin, I don't know, Florida. It's a Florida city. From 3 to 7 p.m. most days. He scoped out the corner after trying several other locations. Market research is important to any entrepreneur, and got permission from the neighbor to sell on his front lawn. Other neighbors have even offered their driveways for customer parking. He sees from 10 to 30 customers a day and charges $1 a cup. But none of this diligence impresses 61-year-old Doug Wilkie, who lives on the corner and thinks the boy is a nuisance worthy of government intervention. Okay? That's all the story is right there. What I just read you on the Minority Report blog.com, if I could speak. It goes on to Reason.com if you click the link. And the Tampa Bay Times reports, according to Dunyan Records, Wilkie contacted city commissioners in May of 2013 and followed up in October and then again in March and June of this year. Quote, the city could possibly face repercussion in the event someone became ill from spoiled, contaminated food or drink sales, unquote, Wilkie wrote in one email. Quote, if this were a once-a-year event by a couple of kids to earn a little money for the holiday or something, I would not have a problem with it. I am very worried about the value of my home, which is why I built in a residential area, not a business area. Unquote. And an increasingly frustrated Wilkie, who declined to speak with the Tampa Bay Times, wrote this summer that the stand was back again. A Pinellas County Sheriff's Community Police officer has been out at least twice in the attempt to defuse conflict. Wilkie says Guerrero's friends hang out near his stand and make noise. He has also complained about trash. I haven't had the chance to hit up the stand and see for myself, though local Reason readers should go grab a glass. But those sure sound like complaints that would be better dealt with man to boy rather than man to Leviathan to boy. 3 cheers for the local Florida authorities, though. Sheriff deputies have declined to shut the boy down, unlike their brethren in Madison County, Illinois, Portland, Oregon, Toronto, Canada, Holland, Michigan, and Washington, D.C. There's a little video there. I'll put this one up from Reason.com in the comment section. I want to point my finger right at those people who think, well, let's put it this way. If you think that the government's going to come along and just, snatch up whatever problem's happening in your neighborhood because you complain about it, you're the problem. Okay, your neighbors are around watching what you do. They hear what you do. They know your name. They're in your neighborhood. And if you complain about one of those neighbors' children selling lemonade in front of their house or on the corner, you are the problem. Not the kid, not the parents, not any of that. You are the problem. Okay? Now, I can understand Mr. Wilkie's, concern about contamination. Don't you think the parents of the boy are also concerned about that and take precautions? But I also stand up for the sheriff's office who's not going to shut the boy down. If I was a sheriff in that county, I'd go to Mr. Wilkie and go, you got 2 choices. You can either just close your door and let it happen and just go about your business and leave the boy alone, or we're going to accept every single complaint from the parents about you, and we're going to continue to take those complaints about you from the neighborhood. Now, I know that might sound like, the sheriff's office bullying. No. Common sense should prevail. Logic should prevail. The boy's selling lemonade. He's 12 years old. He's doing what he wants to do. He's building a business of some sort. I don't know. The neighbor should just shut the curtains and shut up. That's all. If he doesn't like lemonade, he shouldn't have, I was going to say he shouldn't have moved there, but that's kind of strange. But I really think that when you look at something like that and you look at a neighborhood and you look at somebody in the neighborhood trying to do something good and somebody else complains about it, guess where the problem lies? In the person complaining. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure that, certain situations were well thought out prior to this boy doing anything. Okay, so I applaud the parents, and I applaud the boy, and I applaud the county sheriff for not shutting him down. Period. Oh, but he has friends hang out, it's noisy, there's trash. Well, go help pick up the trash instead of complaining, you 61-year-old fool. Go talk to the boy and say, hey, is there anything I can do? Got a little trash over here, let me pick that up for you. Instead of complaining and calling Big Brother and saying, oh my God, there's somebody that thinks they have freedom to do whatever they want. Oh my God, I want them thrown in jail. Yeah, you're the problem, asshat. Okay? So anyway. Hey, I'm going to go to break. I'm going to take a little 1 minute break here. And I'll be right back. Don't go away. I shall return. You can email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. Listen to Crash Talk with your host, Christopher John Taylor, on HTLA973.com.
Misfit is a misfit. Ignorant of hygiene. destructive, disorderly, and totally disrespectful.
It's the 515 with Samo on Samo Radio.
AM 1700 Daytona Beach, Holly Hill.
And Southnet 1.
All aboard! Train, gonna love you. Take the last train to Boston. See them moving run.
He's leaving. Oh, that midnight train to Georgia.
Leaving on the midnight.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razor Blade Express with Dave the Rave.
Photography is an art form, and Adventures in Photography shows you all of the forms of art there is in our world. Spencer Hughes captures the colors and works of natural art in his book, Adventures in Photography. For more information, go to SpencerHughesPhotography.com. Tearing down the walls that stand between freedom and tyranny, revealing who is behind the curtain, pushing the buttons and pulling the handles, sharing the truth one fact at a time, broadcasting from behind enemy lines, from the biggest little city in the world. This is The Views Expressed Live.
I knew it. This is an alien, and you guys are from some government agency trying to keep it under wraps.
I can't take it anymore!
You've got troubles, Mac.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world, where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? And it was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed that we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from. Which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization.
So this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause.
Sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
This is the Free America Radio Network right here on Spreaker.com and also on freeamericaradio.us. This is the 27th of August, 2014. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. There will not be the Views Express live today. I got way behind on my research, so I have to catch up, folks, okay? Even I get behind on stuff. So anyway, so anyway, neighbors in this Florida city, a neighbor, a 61-year-old neighbor, complained about a 12-year-old selling lemonade. 61-year-old Doug Wilkie complained. Well, he could have went out and said, hey, is there anything I can do for you, like pick up your trash? Instead of sitting there complaining, oh my God, there's noise out there. Oh. Grow up a little. Breitbart.com, Pew survey. 1/3 of Mexicans want to move to America. 60% disapprove of Peña Nieto's economy. Well, let's take a look at that one, shall we? Before the bottom of the hour break. This is from Breitbart.com, and I know there's a video here, and it's going to start. I know it is, so give me a minute while I shut that puppy off. It says here, as Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto travels across California and declares America to be, quote, the other Mexico, unquote, a Pew Research survey has found that 60% of Mexicans disapprove of Peña Nieto on the economy. Perhaps as a result, a plurality of Mexicans think that life is better across the border, and a third want to move to America. In addition, the Pew survey found that 2/3 are dissatisfied with the way things are going in Mexico today, while 30% are satisfied with the country's direction. That may be why a plurality of Mexicans, 44%, believe life is better north of the border for those who migrated from Mexico, and roughly a third, 34%, still say they would move to the U.S. if they had the opportunity, including 17% of Mexicans who would do so illegally. Fewer Mexicans, though, said they had close friends and family in the United States than in past years. On Monday, Peña Nieto scolded governors who did not embrace open borders. California Governor Jerry Brown was not one of them. The liberal Democrat, who has turned California into a sanctuary state and given illegal immigrants driver's license, said that illegal immigrants from Mexico are, quote, all welcome in California, unquote. Mexicans are overwhelmingly concerned with crime in their country. 79% of respondents said crime is a very big problem in their country. In addition, quote, about 7 in 10 Mexicans also worry about corrupt political leaders, 72%, drug cartel-related violence, 72%, water pollution, 70%, air pollution, 69%, unquote. In addition, quote, just over 6 in 10 say corrupt police officers, 63%, are a top problem, unquote. As Breitbart News noted, a, quote, record 33.7 million Hispanics of Mexican origin resided in the United States in 2012, and that, unquote. And that estimate included 11.4 million immigrants born in Mexico and 22.3 million born in the U.S. who self-identified as Hispanics of Mexican origin, according to data from the Census and Pew Research. In addition, Mexicans accounted for, quote, nearly 2/3, 64%, of the U.S. Hispanic population in 2012, unquote, and, quote, made up roughly 28% of all foreign-born residents in the United States, unquote. Pew Research, in conjunction with Princeton Survey Research Associates, conducted the interviews in Spanish. The poll was taken in Mexico based on, quote, 1,000 face-to-face interviews with adults 18 or older, between April 21st and May 2nd, 2014. And its margin of error is plus or minus 4 percentage points. So I'm going to say on average, 1/3 of the Mexican citizens, if not more, 1/3 want to move to the United States. Okay. Now, in that, there's another third that wants to stay in Mexico. So there's another, I don't know how many percentage, what the percentage is, but there's another group of Mexicans that really have been here. They have no family here. They don't want to be here, but they don't want to leave Mexico. They don't want to leave Mexico, so they're doing the best they can. They just hold out. Okay, and they're the ones probably saying that the problems in Mexico are the corrupt police, the drug cartels, and all of that. Well, I would look at it this way, if I was able to. I got a break coming up the bottom of the hour, and I'll let you know exactly. I'll let you know what that is, okay? Right when I get back. I'll be back right after this. Want to know what's happening all around us? You do? Great! Come check out the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show, Friday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Attending their daughter's wedding in South Africa promised to be a vacation of a lifetime. But first, they had to face the treacherous gauntlet known as modern-day travel. Waiting for them on the other side of the world are an honest-to-goodness safari with amorous lions and elephants with anger issues. A life-affirming visit to a South African school, and an anxious bride and groom standing patiently at the airport with a sign that reads, "What took you so long?" The answers lie within the pages of Please Hold Thumbs, a not-so-round trip to South Africa, a true tale of turbulence and triumph from travel mug Scott Cherney, author of Red Asphalt. Available at Amazon.com in paperback and on the Kindle. What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman.
As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free.
Sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
From behind enemy lines in FEMA Region 9, in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, you're listening to The Views Express Live. Well, this is not The Views Express Live. That is not on today. That's taking another day off, but we will be live hopefully Friday if everything goes well between now and then. And I get caught up on some of my research. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. Thank you for joining me today and actually listening to this podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, even if you disagree with me, it's okay. You can disagree with me. It's fine. I don't mind. It's okay. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. Go to thewaynesPierceShow.weebly.com. That would be thewaynesPierceShow.weebly.com website. Check it out. If you want to donate to the show, you can do that. Thank you very much. If you want to sponsor the show, that would be even better on a monthly basis. Not going to break your marketing budget there. So please let me know. Email me if you have any questions whatsoever. No question is off limits. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. Simple as that. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. Thank you again for listening to this podcast. Appreciate that very much. Keep hearing my cell phone go off. What's going on here? I don't know, folks, man. We are so connected to electronics. We're just so connected. We have, we have the earbuds, we have the Bluetooth, we have all of that. Did you know that now you can put an implant in your ear for the cell phone? Well, technically no, but soon, I'm pretty sure. From RT.com, Detroit resumes water service shutoffs for cash-strapped residents. Didn't they just resolve that issue last month? Huh? Didn't they just resolve that issue? Holy crap, what the hell is going on now? Let's see. It does not show the author of this article, but it's from RT, so thank you, Russian television. Mr. Vladimir Putin's propaganda machine there. But here is what they say about the city of Detroit. Once again, the city of Detroit has begun shutting off water services for residents who are months behind on their bills. The move comes after a 30-day moratorium shutoffs end on Monday. According to the Associated Press, they even reported on it, the city was scheduled to have crews out on Tuesday in order to commence with the controversial shutoffs, which are expected to hit 420 customers at first. So far, it's unknown how many residents have actually had their service canceled. Detroit first began taking down water service in March as thousands of residents were either months behind on their payments or owed hundreds of dollars. Between 15,000 and 19,000 customers had their water shut off since April, and almost 45% of all cities' water accounts are classified as overdue. Since the moratorium went into effect, however, Detroit officials say they have been able to enroll thousands of residents in payment plans and will help avert future cancellations. About 25,000 people have signed up for these plans, up from 17,000 just 1 month ago. Interesting. You can read that on the Free America Radio Facebook page. You can go check that out. Scroll on down. You'll see a bunch of people with signs there as well. It's interesting that Big Brother, and yes, I'm going to call it for what it is, Big Brother, the socialist, fascist, Marxist, communist pigs in government, I don't care if it's local or national or statewide, it's amazing that they would just come along and shut that off. I mean, that just amazes me. Shut the water off to the general public. Now, if you wanted to control a city, that's how you would do it. Oops, maybe I gave away some secrets. But it's also the responsibility of the people that are in their homes and in their businesses to pay for that water, is it not? Okay, I'm wondering because no one sent me the memo that said water was free. Okay. Now, it also amazes me that we have people who say, well, it should be free. So let me give you two sides of this argument, okay? There's the argument where people say, well, the economy's so bad, my job's not paying enough, I can't pay the water, I need to be put on a plan. Okay, they are on a plan, the city of Detroit, okay, that's fine, everybody's, happy on that end. Great, let's take care of it. That's good, okay? Is that good? Okay. Then on the other side, you have a certain percentage of people who are saying, I ain't paying for it. Water should be free. Really? Yeah. Sure. Right. You have those people. You have those people that are sitting there arguing with the city and arguing with the counties and arguing with everybody saying, I want it free and that's just the way it is and heat and water should be free and period and whatever. Whatever. They're just arguing up a storm for no apparent reason whatsoever with no end in sight except the fact that they're not going to have water or anything else in their homes or businesses because they think it should be free. Where do you think that water comes from? It comes from someplace outside and therefore runs through a giant, huge facility to filter that water somehow. By the way, there's fluoride in the water. And it comes to your place of residence or place of business. Therefore, because that big plant is doing the work to filter that water, that's costing money to the county, to the state, to whatever, to whoever, and that money goes to whoever it goes to help filter the water for you to have clean water. Okay, are we on the same page? Guess what? You have to pay for it. Okay, period. That's just it. Now, I have heard, here's my point. My first point is, you got a bill, pay it. I got bills too I got to pay every month. I'm not talking to ones 20 years ago. I'm talking to ones today. Okay? So, we have a situation going on which you can look at the behavior of people and say, what were they thinking? Okay? And it is all an attitude, a behavior. The attitude results in a behavior. And we get this whole situation, where people believe that they deserve things because, well, they have a right to it. So try pulling that type of ideology off in a store. You're just going to steal something from a store because, well, the store bought it. I deserve to have it. This just doesn't work that way, okay? Doesn't work that way. Never has, never will. Okay? So, it just doesn't. Okay? Now, here's the opposite of this. What would happen if you didn't pay for anything? Just hold on to your horses there before you dig down deep into your cranium and try to figure that one out. Okay? Because I believe that it is what it is. It's an attitude. And that's my whole point. It's an attitude. And the attitude is people believe that they deserve to have whatever it is they want, and they can care less who's paying for it. Okay? That's an attitude. That's a generalization. I know I'm not being specific about any group or person or anything of that nature. It's just a general overview. It's a generalization. People believe that they, deserve to have things just given to them, and they can care less whether or not it's paid for. I come across a lot of stuff when I'm cruising the internet trying to find articles and things, and I come across these videos of people who say that they get their movies from torrents and from download areas and all of that. And I have to wonder about the mentality of those people who take a video camera into a movie theater and shoot the movie. They just sit there and they're recording the movie. To me, that's a criminal. Anyone who doesn't, anyone who doesn't take the responsibility and say, you know what, I got a water bill I got to pay. They're a criminal. They're stealing from that facility, filtering that water into their home or into their business. They're a criminal, and they should be treated as such, unless they make arrangements. Now, a lot of people might say, well, what's it hurting? Well, let's go back to the scenario of the person going into the movie theater with a video camera and uploading it to torrents so other people can have it. Who's the criminal in that? Is it you that downloads the movie? No. It's the person with the video camera going in, paying to get into the movie sometimes, and stealing that movie. Okay? So what's it hurt? It hurts the economy. I'll tell you why. Let me break this down in a whole simplified fashion here. Say you have, well, let's use the lemonade stand of that 12-year-old boy in Florida. Let's say he has 10 glasses of lemonade on his stand. Each glass is $1. He has purposely said that one glass of lemonade is $1. He's taken into consideration how long it took him to make and the package and the blah, 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 and the mix and the whole 9 yards. It's $1. Let's say somebody walks up and buys 2 of them, so he just made $2. Now, let's say somebody came up after that, bought one, but took another one and gave it to somebody else. He just stole $1. He just stole the potential of that 12-year-old boy to make $1. So now the next person that comes up buys a glass of lemonade, except for the fact now the stand is down or in a negative for $1 because somebody stole a glass of lemonade. So he's got to make that dollar up somewhere. Well, at the end of the day, he's down $1. He's not making the $10. He made $9 because somebody stole a glass of lemonade. Now magnify that with big companies such as movie studios and water filtration plants and all of that. Magnify that in various areas where consumers go and purchase services and goods. It's criminal not to be responsible to pay for a service provided to you or to the goods that you buy out of a store. It's criminal. Not philosophically criminal, because you're going to have to deal with karma at some point. No. This is legally criminal on a legal point of view. Okay? That's my whole point. If you don't want to pay for something and you just want to take it, or you think that you deserve it because, hey, I deserve it and that's just the way it is, that I have to question your mental capacity and your integrity and morality. That's just me, though. You can go on and do whatever it is you want to do and find whatever conclusion you want on a situation of that nature. But to me, I have those questions. And they are very valid questions. How can a person be so geared in such a way to where they're just going to be selfish or narcissistic and just say, I deserve it and I want it and I'll take it? That's criminal. People are going to, use semantics on me and say, no, the act of taking it is criminal without paying for it. Well, yeah, remember the lemonade scenario I just gave you? So don't get caught up in the minutia and realize just how much responsibility, not responsibility, it's the wrong word, realize where you stand morally and take responsibility for the actions that you implement. Because if you're not willing to pay for water coming into your house or into your business, I have to question your integrity. That's me, though. It's just me. Something to think about. Just something to think about, okay? Highlight an article here that I talked about yesterday from the WashingtonTimes.com. Detroit police chief, quote, no question in my mind, unquote, legal gun ownership deters crime. Jessica Kazmar wrote this article. I'm just going to read you the first couple of paragraphs here. Detroit has experienced 37% fewer robberies than it did last year, and police chief James Craig is crediting armed citizens for the drop. Quote, criminals are getting the message that good Detroiters are armed and will use that weapon, unquote, said Chief Craig, who has been an open advocate of private gun ownership, the Detroit News reported. Quote, I don't want to take away the good work our investigators are doing, but I think part of the drop in crime and robberies in particular is because criminals are thinking twice that citizens could be armed. I can't say what specific percentage is caused by this, but there's no question in my mind it has had an effect, unquote, he added. In addition to the drop of robberies, Detroit has seen 22% fewer break-ins of businesses and homes and 30% fewer carjackings in 2014 than during the same period last year, the Detroit News reported. Now, that's also on Free America Radio on Facebook if you want to check that out. Let me go in a different direction here and talk about this. Gun control. I am against it. Legislatively. Gun control for me is holding the gun with both hands. Now, I am an advocate and supporter of the Second Amendment. Matter of fact, I'm an advocate and supporter of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights prior to 1871, period. After that, we've been screwed ever since. Okay? So, I applaud this police chief, Craig. Thank you. I also want to reiterate something I've mentioned on previous broadcasts, and it's this. If any governor allows their legislature, because they have three branches of government, they have an executive, legislative, and judicial. If the governors in the executive branch are allowing the legislative branch to bring forth bills that violate the Constitution and Bill of Rights of the United States of America, specifically the Second Amendment, and they begin to put bills through about gun control, those legislators should be immediately fired from their position because they are in violation of the Second Amendment and they are committing treason against the people of the United States and their state specifically. I'm not an attorney. I'm just saying. That is how I look at it. Now, any lawyers, any attorneys, any constitutional attorneys and scholars can email me and tell me how wrong I am if I am. FreeAmericaRadio@USA.com. FreeAmericaRadio@USA.com. I find it incredibly odd that the talk behind the scenes, well, it's out in the open now, that the United Nations, the Small Arms Trade Treaty, I think the UN has played their card one too many times. The UN has shown their true colors. Okay? I will not. No, I rephrase that. I am not going to recognize the UN as anything other than a total socialistic, communistic organization that does not have the betterment of any country in their interest. Okay? I believe that we need to get out of the UN. We need to stop paying them morons, and we need to do things our way. And if the Small Arms Trade Treaty, or whatever it is it's called, gets to the president's desk, well, first of all, I think that the Senate or the House, one of them two, have to approve it before it goes to the desk. If it is approved in this Congress in the United States and it goes to the desk of the president and he signs it, you might as well just throw that Second Amendment right out the window. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, it's about transportation, it's about shipping, it's about certain arms that we can't ship out of America or out of any other of our allies or any other country. That's what it's talking about. On the surface, yes. But when it comes to the United States of America, with all the other laws pertaining to gun control that have been in place for the last few years, you might as well just throw the Second Amendment out the window. Okay? Every governor needs to stand up and tell the federal government, we're not going to violate the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, period. Every governor, every legislator, and they're doing this, by the way, in small numbers, needs to tell the Washington, D.C., get the hell out of my state. I think Kentucky, the one that I can remember, and I'm only going from memory right now, but Kentucky and I think Colorado and a few other ones have literally told Washington, D.C., they have passed legislation in these states that told Washington, D.C., we are not going to recognize any gun control law coming out of Washington, D.C., and any of your federal officers that come into our state trying to take our guns away or trying to push us into gun control will be arrested and thrown in jail. It's a long way. I know it's probably not verbatim, but that is the gist of what these states have said. Now, I understand that people are, mighty pissed off. I understand that. Now, of course, this 9-year-old girl here recently here's the crazy thing, right? A 9-year-old girl has an Uzi in her hand at a firing range, at a gun range, and the instructor says, okay, now put it on full auto. 9-year-old girl. The thing kicked so badly, it kicked back to the left and basically shot the instructor in the head, and he died later on in the hospital. Why in the hell are the parents allowing their 9-year-old kid with an Uzi to be on a firing range? Shouldn't they have like a .22 long rifle? Shouldn't they have a small caliber, weapon for her to train with? Not a freaking Uzi? And what the hell was the instructor doing? Oh, yeah, turn it on full auto. 9-year-old kid. What do you... No. If she was 16, 18 years old, yes, I can see that. But 9? No. The gun control advocates are going to go nuts over that story. And they're going to push to ban, and that's what they... Let me just tell you specifically what gun control advocates do. What their sole principle is. Completely and totally ban the Second Amendment. I don't want to hear it. And their excuses of, no, we just want universal background checks to keep the guns out of the hands of, no, shut up, gun control advocates. You want to ban the Second Amendment. You want to ban my right to protect myself and my family. Well, guess what? If I'm out and about and I see one of you gun control advocate nut jobs out there trying to take away and protesting to take away my Second Amendment rights, and I'm conceal carry and I have a permit to carry, and somebody attacks you, don't expect me to defend you. I'll do it because you're part of humanity. I'll do it because it's the right thing to do. But don't expect somebody to come along and accept your bull crap. Because you are the dumbest people walking on the face of this planet, and I will tell you right to your face, I don't care. You can get up in my face and say, no, and this, you can give me all the statistics, but you look at Detroit, and you look at Chicago, and you look at New York City, and you look at Sacramento, and you look at San Francisco, and you look at Dallas, Texas, and you look at Miami, Florida. You look at all the places, except those places, that have concealed carry permits. They're on the rise. Crime is dropping. FBI and Washington, D.C.'s own statistics have proven that. And you gun control advocates are stupid. So, since you want to ban the Second Amendment and my way of protecting myself, and you want a more fascist, socialistic, Marxist, communist country, why don't you pack your little ditty bags and get your ass out of this country and go to Russia? Because that's where you belong. Yes, I said it. There you go. You don't like it? I don't care. Bye. Don't let the border hit you in the ass on the way out. I get excited, man. I get really, really excited because it's just, I'm just, more frustrated than anything, okay? Folks, hey, I got to get going here. So I wanted to make it an hour podcast because that's all I got. I got to get back to my research. Folks, enjoy your day. Enjoy your hump day. I will push to get a live show by Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Views Express Live. I'll push for it. And if I have to set aside some stuff to do it, I will, because you deserve to have a live show this week. I don't know about tomorrow. I will let you know. Free America Radio on Facebook I'll have all the information there as well. Go to the WayneSPierceShow.weebly.com site. Check that out. Go to freeamericaradio.us site. Check that out. And have a great day, folks. Enjoy. Talk to you later.